What's up, everybody? This is John with the Unpaid Gamers with another Car Thoughts video for you. So, last time I talked about Bullet Time and a game series called Fear that I was going to try to find. So, you know, with what I do and just life anyway, I'm around town a lot. So, been on the hunt, and I did find a copy of Fear locally. Didn't have to order it, so that's good. So I'll be streaming that at some point. Also end up getting Fear 2 and Fear Files. So Fear Files was a like a collection of expansion packs they did. It was 2 expansion packs. Supposedly, I never played through them, but supposedly similar in theme. And then Fear 2 was kind of similar, focused a little more on combat from what I understand. And then there's also a Fear 3, however, most people trash on that and say it sucks. So, you know, I've seen that one around, but not for a price that I'd like to pay for it. So anyway, that's an update on that. So I will be streaming those at some point. So I want to talk about, you know, one of my favorite things to do, and it's not just games, it's like anything. But, you know, of course you can order stuff. Go online, Amazon, whatever, eBay, order stuff. Arrives at your door, piece of cake. But I love this, and it gets harder now, is the scavenger hunt of finding stuff locally. It's one of my favorite things ever. And you know, like I said, it's getting harder because a lot of stores are carrying less and less. I mean, even new stuff, you go during the day, you know, like I don't know, you know, just laptops or whatever, computers. You go to Best Buy and there's hardly anything on the shelves. I just experienced this yesterday because I needed a DisplayPort VGA adapter, and piss poor stocking anymore. There's like one good Best Buy around town. They tend to kind of stay on top of stuff. So if I really wanted it, I'm sure I can go there and find it. But as far as just like a couple around me and stuff, garbage. And for this one thing, but you know, just in general, these stores are carrying less and less in stock. They want you to, I guess it's, you know, a combination of things: a lack of people willing to work, a scale back of that physical imprint in stores, the shift to online stuff. You know, you can get by with less workforce that way. Just it's the way things are going, and like to a certain extent, it's really cool. I love ordering stuff online, of course. I think everybody does. Keeps things easy as far as going around to different places and price matching or whatever you're doing. It really makes a lot of those things much simpler. However, there's something about going to a physical store and seeing stuff in person, being able to see it, touch it, whatever, you know, especially like furniture and shit like that. But you know, when you get into like retro games or just anything that's like, you know, is out there that is kind of difficult to find, right? Like been doing a lot of that lately. I'd mentioned at one point Halloween decor shopping season, and I say Halloween generically because it's really more about gothic or spooky type of home decor that you can use year round. So there's a few places that have this stuff, and you know, they're more like just kind of your home. I mean, Home Goods is one of them, and that's really what it is. It's, you know, home goods. It's, you know, has like of clothing or you know, picture frames, like lighting, lamps, dishes, stuff like that. But a lot of these places, they'll carry gothic type of decor but it's typically kind of comes out for the most part during the fall months or gearing up to fall. So this time of year is the time to go around, and you know, it's not like Walmart where you go and like everyone's the same. Like, it's more of a aftermarket kind of store, so they get stuff from other sellers, I guess, that don't really sell, or just manufacturers, whatever, and they sell it at like a discounted rate. So the cool thing about that is you never know what you're going to find. So, you know, you'll show up at one of these and you'll see something that pops up that has not been in any other store at all. You know, I'm part of a Facebook group that kind of does the same stuff, and you'll post something, or they'll post something that, oh, hey, I found this. So then everybody looks in their part of the United States or whatever to try to find that same thing, and easier said than done. I just found it's like a big Frankenstein head bust, and it's very closely modeled after like the Boris Karloff kind of stuff, and it's like made out of I don't know, like resin or whatever. Very, very cool. I've been trying to find that thing for like 2 years. I know it came out like last year, and never did find it then. Took me, I've been looking for close to 2 months now, and just was able to find one. And you know, you can't really go and order that online anyway. Those type of things, like sometimes you can find them on like Mercari or something like that, but they're like the scalpers, and it's way overpriced. Sometimes you can track down the original manufacturer of that stuff and have some luck, but one of those things, it was these dishes that my wife wanted, and they were kind of like witch dishes, right? So she tracked them down to the company that makes them, but they're in the UK. So, you know, if you find those plates around here, it's like $7 or something like that. And you look on that manufacturer site, and it's like 25 euros, but then the shipping's outrageous. Like, we put together this little small order, and it was like another $100 in shipping. So it's kind of outrageous to even do that. So your best bet is, if you can find them, is to, you know, put in the work and go to these places. So and I use these as kind of just recent examples, but you know, Fear was one of them. I looked around for that Fear game, and I found, you know, it's really hard because, like, with games, GameStop has really, something banging around, I don't know what that is. GameStop has really kind of shifted focus, as I'm sure most of you know, to like just newer games or standardized stuff, and it's very hard. They used to carry like 360 games and Xbox games, and I think to a certain extent they may still carry a few. I'm not sure, you know, they change that all the time. And also, GameStop is closing down a lot of locations these days. So there was one that just one or two that just closed down around here. So fewer and fewer of those. But there are some other second-hand kind of places that are, I think I mentioned like a Book of Music Exchange around here. There's a Game Exchange. I don't know if you have any of those in your area, but they, I guess, some bumpy roads too. There's a lot going on here today. You know, if you have any of those in your area, but they're, you know, just, I'm sure you have something that's a second-hand kind of place to where you trade in or whatever. So those places are great for kind of those local finds. But something like that game, I mean, that, you know, the original Fear, it came out in 2005, October 2005, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, you're 17 years ago. It's not a very common game. It's not like a new one came out. So it's a desirable thing. Like, it's one of those just kind of forgotten ones in a sense. So like, it's really hard to find unless you order it. So I went around to a bunch of those stores like that, and I would consistently see one of them. Like, Fear 2 is really common. I see that all over the place, and it's the cheapest. It took me forever to find a copy of the original Fear. Like, only one place had it. I see a bunch of the Fear 3s, which, again, from what I hear is garbage. I don't know, I never played it. And then the Fear Files, I only found one of those that had that as well. So, but I love it though. I love that hunt. I will literally go to every location in the city of something just to find something that I'm looking for. Like, it's super fun because, you know, when you find it, it's so like, oh man. So I think that stuff's awesome. It's really enjoyable for me. So I don't know if anybody else likes that stuff. I remember back in the day, me and Tom, we would go hunt for just random shit. I don't know. It'd be like some DVD or something that came out. I don't even know if like Walmart carried it or something. And we would go literally to like every Walmart in the area looking for this stuff. And I don't know, you know, it's not just really to find it. It's not like I wanted that. If I really wanted it, needed to have it right, you know, whatever price, I could just order it, search around, do it that way. But it's so rewarding to me to just kind of hit the road. I don't like, it's a combination of road trip or what it is. But just hit the road, you know, like whatever comes along with that. You know, lately, like with the Halloween stuff, spooky stuff, like most of the time, it's been a lot of me during the day going to some places. But my wife does come along with me, and you know, since we're doing that, she's been buying all kinds of candy and stuff to eat along the way, because, you know, you're Halloween shopping, so you need candy to go with it. So it's just the whole experience, right? The road trip, like the conversation, if somebody's with you, you got your snack or whatever, your drink. Like, what is up with these roads? Jeez, I'm getting fucked up over here. They don't know how to do these roads, I don't think. There it goes, straighten out a little bit now. But yeah, I don't know, it's just really fun to me, that scavenger hunt kind of thing. I don't know, if you never tried it, try something. I don't know, whatever your thing is, whether it's a music, or, you know, I don't know, clothing, or I don't know. I think everybody, for the most part, likes to go shop for something sometime. And it's really fun when you're just looking for a very specific thing. So I don't know what that thing speaks to you, but, you know, you got to be a little bit excited about it, because when you find it, it's like, oh shit, yeah. But I don't know, you know, like, I'll literally just walk in, check for that thing, walk out, go to the next one. You know, I'll just circle around town. I'll be driving like 2 or 3 hours, just going to different locations looking for one specific thing. And you know, and like the Fear stuff, like, it was a little more leisure than that. I was going around to all the places, but like, I had other things to do, just in the different parts of town for different reasons. And you know, stopping these places along the way. But, you know, did make time for those stops and stuff. And sometimes I do go out just to find something. And it's like, I'm determined to find this thing. So I'm going to keep looking until I do. And I don't know, again, very, very fun to me. So if you've never done that, I encourage you to try to do that in some form or fashion. It's really cool. Retro games are awesome to do that with. You know, if it's not something specific, even just going to a handful of stores like that and seeing what kind of surprises come your way. You know, we really do that a lot with this home decor stuff. Like, there's been a couple things that we're really looking for. Like I mentioned, that Frankenstein bust that I found that I really been looking for. But other than that, it's kind of just seeing what we find. And you know, some of those stores like that, if you find the right ones, they're really, really cool in that way. Like, it's like just the Wild West out there. You know, you don't know what's going to show up. You don't know what kind of surprises you're going to come across, what kind of hidden treasures, right? It's like thrift stores, right? Like, I used to go I used to go to Goodwill's a lot. They're one of the greatest ones for looking for certain types of things. And, you know, I mentioned before that I like freezing in here. What is going on? I mentioned before I like the full motion video games. So like the video games that use the movie clips and stuff like that. So there are, you know, like back in the day when computer games like went from floppy disk to CD-ROM, they really started to do this. Same with consoles, really, like PlayStation when they went. That was of course CD. So when that started, they started doing the full motion games, like Sega CD. That was kind of the big first one for that. The disc drive add-on for the Sega, and you would see a lot of those games. Sewer Shark. A lot of CD-based games. Sewer Shark, Corpse Killer. You know, there was like a Scottie Pippen, and a Marky Mark one, and a Top Gun, and some racing ones. Fahrenheit, I think that was one that was really good. Sherlock Holmes, like Rise of the Dragon, which was Rise of the Dragon's my favorite Sega CD game, by the way. It's like a, I don't get too far off the subject, but it's like a almost kind of cyberpunk. I guess it is cyberpunk. Reminds me a lot of Blade Runner and stuff. Noir, point and click kind of game. Super cool though. So, remember what I was saying. So those are like that style of game. So like down around like the 90s and stuff. I mean, they put a ton of those on the computer, like PC, CD-ROM stuff. And Tex Murphy, I think was the name of it. That was like its noir thing. Tex Murphy, is that right? I don't know if that's right. Tex Murphy, I think it is right. Gabriel Knight series with some of those, like the Mad Dog McCree stuff. A lot of the games like Myst and Time Lapse and Seventh Guest, and you know, a bunch of stuff like that. Old PC games like that. I used to try to hunt those down in the physical form, because like you don't see that shit anymore. And it was kind of more just like building a collection, and I still have all those. I have in a box. They're pretty difficult, like can be difficult to play to get started, because you know it's like DirectX like 5 or some shit, made for Windows 98, 95. So half the time you gotta run like a DOS box or something like that. But you can't get them to work though. But I just like finding them and kind of having those collections. So I have, oh, you know, one of my super favorite ones of all time is the X-Files game. If you never played the X-Files game and you like that stuff, it's amazing. It's great. It was on PC. It was on PlayStation 1. It was like 5 discs, I think, like that. And it was Mulder and Scully, Agent Mulder and Scully go missing. And you play as a different agent, and you're in and around the X-Files universe, and you click on stuff, and you gotta try to solve the case and find them, and such good game, such a good game. So anyway, so I would try to hunt these down. I would go to Goodwill's, and like same kind of thing, like, you know, there's so many Goodwills in the area, and like the thing I found about those is nobody really knew. Like the employees, I guess. Some knew it was games, I guess, but oftentimes it was just lumped in the CDs, because they would just come in like those CD jewel cases, and you know, you get a bunch of that shit. Some old lady somewhere don't know what the hell she's looking at. So you wouldn't really go to like the game section. I would go to the CD section and just look through every CD, and I would find a bunch of these gems. And like the other cool part is it'd be like 50 cents or something. So I don't know. You know, to some people, my ears are popping. It's going on this big hill. To some people, that it's like 50 cents, but it's still just garbage. But like to me, it was, you know, like a hidden treasure you come across. So, and it was the greatest thing, because, you know, I could go to all these places, I could find me a stack of these games, and it'd spend like $4. So, you know, how do I beat that, really? If it interests you. But that's kind of stuff I'm talking about. So much fun to do. It's like modern day, like, treasure hunting, right? You know, again, like, just thrift stores in general are good about anything like that. You go and you never know what you'll find. I feel like most of you, if you're kind of watching this, you know what the deal is with that stuff, and you do your own version of that. But I don't know, it's something I really enjoy doing across the board for lots of different things, and it works out that with what I do for a living, again, being an IT guy, and I travel all over the place, so it's not uncommon for me to be 1 to 3 hours away from home. So, like, I'll go and I'll check some of these places way out that way and see what they have, and see, you know, look for stuff out there. And it's pretty cool, because, you know, if you visit some of these places regular, they'll get their new stuff in, and it's still kind of different, but they're still kind of the same underlining kind of items you see over and over. And when you hit the road, go a little bit farther out like that, it's like completely untouched territory, you know, like undiscovered land, you know. So anyway, I was just thinking about it, thought it was really fun, because I kind of did a bit of that today. Just got me thinking it'd be a cool thing to talk about. So anyway, what kind of stuff you like looking for? What kind of adventures you got? If you have anything like that, let us know in the comments. If you haven't ever done it, pick something, hit the road, search for it, get your significant other or a friend, or just by yourself. I listen to talk radio a lot, so I'll just put on talk radio a lot of times and just be driving for hours listening to that. Helps time go by with my daily adventures. So that's how I spend a lot of my time, really, is doing stuff like that. So give it a try. It's super fun. So until next time, see ya.